Hello and welcome along to Mondo Televet Movies. My name is John and this video is going to be an unboxing of this. Now you know what this is going to be because you've seen the thumbnail. Now I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Ray Gregory. Now Ray has got a great Instagram here, and what he did was he put on that this thing, he just got this thing, and I thought, you know what it is, I'm going to actually try and see if this thing is going to be available on Amazon. Thinking it wouldn't be. I thought this would be massively sold out. And it was there, so I purchased it. So I want to give Ray a big shout out, and I think that he's helped me out no end. He's got some amazing stuff on here. I'll leave a link down to Ray's Instagram account down below, so you can check that out. Because it's just been Father's Day, and my son has given me a card, and he said Happy Father's Day, and sent us a text. Now we do in this house, I would imagine most families do this, that the parents of the person do usually go out and buy themselves their gear, and then say to the person when they say that, oh, by the way, you've got me this. When the Deb said to us, would you like to get something from Matthew for Father's Day? I said, yeah, no bother. And then when I saw this from Ray Gregory, because I was stumped, I thought there was a few things I wanted to go for, but when I saw this, I thought that's exactly what I wanted to go for. So what I picked up for Father's Day is Doctor Who and the Daleks, the new 4K special edition. Now this is such an incredible set. Now the reason why I saw this and I thought that's a day one purchase for me, and then I kind of forgot a little bit about it, so I thought to myself, well, I might not even get the chance of that. I'll wait for the standard one to come out. And with Ray putting on his thing, I thought, well, I'm just going to give it a shot. The least I can put out is just to say not available. I know it's just come out actually. So what I'll do is I will open this up. I'm going to check out the 4K picture quality, and then I'll come back to you and tell you exactly what you get in this release, and also what I think of the picture quality. I'm guessing it's going to look pretty good. So I'll check this out on the TV and I'll come back with my thoughts on this amazing release. On the back of the package comes this information sheet, looks a bit like a J card. The good thing about this is that it fits inside the box. So when you remove that panel, you do see this. It's got loads of little touches, loads of great little touches. This set it says they are beyond reason, they wish only to conquer. I think he's talking about the Daleks there. So I'll open the box here. Which is very satisfying. And on here, how interesting. This is most interesting. The whole colour of this box set, I think, is really nice. I don't know what the other box set's like because they made 2 films of this. It might be a different colour scheme, might be blue, I'm not too sure. Really, this was one of the things I heard talked about and then never really took much more notice of it, because I thought it would be one of those ones that slipped us by and I wouldn't get a chance to get it. So I kind of put it out of my mind. It was only because of Roy putting it on his Instagram that I thought, yep, I think I might have to investigate and see if I can get this one. I don't know if this is coming out in a standard form. I would imagine it is. So, and I don't know how many of these are left, but I can't imagine too many are left. So in the box, first of all, you do have the 4K and the Blu-ray. Now I'll get more into what I thought of the 4K and the Blu-ray soon. This here, there's your information that you have got in the back there, which is exactly the same as the sheet here. So you've got that. If you ever wanted to get rid of that, why would you? And there's a spine. So yeah, you've got your 4K and your Blu-ray. Behind those, so that's Roy Castle. I don't know who the other 2 are. I think that might be Susan, and I think that might be the Susan, or the version of Susan that's in the TV show. I could be completely wrong about that. It's also nice to get the 2 different artworks on the disc as well. The colour scheme that they've got in here really does look outstanding. It comes across like if they've made a comic somewhere, they've actually used the artwork from the comic. I don't even know that's a thing. I like the way this is set up in that sort of comic art form. Next up, in the multitude of things that are in here, is the collector's edition booklet. I would imagine here as well you do get to find out about the whole reasoning behind Peter Cushing as Doctor Who in this Doctor Who and the Daleks. This movie came out in 1965. The Doctor Who's TV series came out in 1963. I do know that the TV series was running at the same time. So the first Doctor, William Hartnell, who Peter Cushing looks a lot like, it was Doctor Who at this point. He was still Doctor Who till about 1966, I believe, where he got taken over by Patrick Troughton. This is just an immaculate book. It's so nice to look at. It's got tons of pictures in here. I like the fact that this movie is shot in Technicolor. It's one of those ones where you think, wow, original Doctor Who and the Daleks black and white stills. It's got some poster art there. It's got some, I'm sure it's got some toys in one of the booklets here. I know I had one of the toys. So that's the booklet there, or the collector's edition booklet. Next up is a collectible mini book. This artwork on here is absolutely brilliant. I wonder if this is like a comic. No, this is just more stuff behind the scenes, people who worked on the movie. It's got something to do with the toys as well. There's Peter Cushing reading an Eagle comic. Everyone remember them? I never got into Eagle comics, but I do remember them being on the shelves. Lots of stills from this movie. This is a great presentation. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, or you're a fan of this movie, you have not got to let this one go if you can. I was so glad to get this for Father's Day. And there's the action sort of toys that you had. I do know I had definitely one that looked like that, and it looked a bit like that. I did have one, like a red one. Now these ones were probably bought, not 1965, not that old, but I would have got them around about the 70s if there was some that was maybe passed on to me by somebody, or somebody got them cheap in a second-hand sale, because that's what I used to do. I do have a red one as well, which I don't think I've still got, but I might have, and if I still got it, it's the battery compartment is usually covered in gunk from the batteries that have been left in there for about 300 years. So that's this collectible mini book. Also, you get a poster. Now this poster is the artwork that's featured on the box there. And I don't know if this has anything to do with the original art. It might do. Maybe this is how the original, although it might not, because there's another poster there. So this second poster, so rather than having, actually that's great, rather than having posters that you've got to flip over and you can only show off one at a time, they've actually put them into two posters. So you can have two of them shown on the wall if you wanted to. Now I would imagine that this is the original poster for Doctor Who and the Daleks. Like I say, this came out long before I was around, but I'm saying long before, a few years before I was around, and I would imagine that this would be the one that would be on the cinema. Also, you get art cards. I removed the wrapping from the art cards. I don't usually do that, but in this one, with it being housed in this box, I feel like I can do that, and these aren't going to get damaged anyway. So these are the black and white stills that they were talking about in that booklet. I like black and white stills, I've got to admit. Sometimes they're better than the colour ones, if I'm honest. There you go. And also, last but not least, you get this coin. Now I don't know why this coin is in here. Maybe it's got something to do with the movie, I don't know. It's very heavy as well. So it says on that side, if I can read it, the only wish to conquer, they are beyond reason. And on the other side it says Doctor Who and the Daleks 1966. I think that's the first time I've ever got a coin in a setup. Lovely though, and it's housed here in the bottom of this box. So I've got to say, the presentation of this box is absolutely amazing, and also because it's so good, I have got to get the second one. So I think I'm going to probably go and because that's coming out next month. I think I'm going to have to go and pre-order that now. So what did I think of the transfer? Well, I remember when this was on the TV, I used to always think it looked good. I always think it used to look like really colourful. Now this movie is shot in Technicolor, so that's one of the reasons why it just looks that extra. It's got that extra level of colour, which you don't really see in movies that aren't Technicolor. Anybody else find that so relaxing? So I put the 4K on and tried the 4K out, and it does look absolutely brilliant. I've got to say, I knew it was going to look good. The colours on it are the star. The HDR is the star in this movie. It's presented in widescreen as well, 2:3:5:1. So this is the first time I'm seeing this since the original widescreen. And I've got to say that I really thought that this movie looked spectacular. Now, it's not the sharpest of movies, I've got to say. I think that this movie could have been, well, in my mind, I thought this movie might have been a little bit sharper. But I don't think I think they've got the best version that they can out of this. I mean, I don't know if I can get the light on that, but you can see that it's got spot glossing on as well. It's just absolutely brilliant. Spot glossing on there and spot glossing on these words here. Well, everywhere it's spot glossed, it's got writing on it. And I think that for me, if you're in the market for a superior box set, or you just love Doctor Who, this ticks all the boxes. The picture quality, like I say, it's not the sharpest, it's not pin sharp, but it's pretty sharp. The colours they're starting here, this movie is so colourful. I knew, especially the Daleks, the red Daleks are just unbelievable. The sound quality, even though it's only 2.0 stereo, I think it sounded really nice. Actually, it's quite punchy. And all the dialogue as well. The dialogue's exactly the same as the music. It hasn't got any bad levels in it. I think that this the sound on it was actually, when I saw it as 2.0, I thought, maybe that's not going to be as good as I would like it to be. That's probably its original form. And I think it served a purpose. Maybe 5.1 would have been a little bit too much over the top and made this movie not come across like how it's supposed to look. So I think they probably went for the way that this movie should have looked and sounded. And like I say, the HDR is the star of the presentation, because the black levels are lovely. The colour is unbelievable. The sharpness is all right. It's good. It's sharp. It's much sharper than the Blu-ray. Because sometimes the Blu-ray, when I put the Blu-ray on, you can tell that the colours, it's a nice Blu-ray, but there's some of the scenes seem to be a little, not blurred, but they don't seem to be half as sharp as the 4K. So also we get two commentaries as well. One of them's got Mark Gatterson, who is a massive fan. It was obviously in League of Gentlemen, and he's a massive fan of Doctor Who. He even writes for Doctor Who. Hope he writes for them again, especially how Doctor Who is really falling off the radar at the moment. I've followed Doctor Who all the time. Still by Sir McCoy, not too keen. This new writer, I just couldn't get away with him at all. I let two series probably slip away with no intention of looking at them. But I'm on board for the next one. I just wanted to get back to the way it was and the way that I liked it. So for me, I think this is a must for Doctor Who fans. This movie is an entertaining movie anyway. I love these type of 60s movies. I could watch these all day. So apart from the sharpness being a little bit less than I thought it would be, this is a spectacular release. And I'm not taking anything away from the fact that I will really enjoy getting into this, and also the special features. I want to find a little bit more about the fact of Doctor Who being this kind of split with the movies separate to the TV series. I want to find out all that came about. Because back in the day I didn't understand that at all. I just thought, oh, there's a Doctor Who movie on, and I didn't really get the fact that it wasn't canon. Also, a big shout out to Ray for reminding me about this release, and hopefully it's still out. You can still get a hold of it. I don't know for how long, but I can't imagine this one hanging around for too long. So, thanks for watching, you take care, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.
Studio